Wow. There's nothing like McDonald's orange juice.
Yeah. Thanks, Megan, for picking us.
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
This episode is
Sponsored by McDonald's.
McDonald's.
No longer breakfast all day.
I tried to get chicken nuggets, and she's like, "No, we don't serve chicken nuggets at this time." I was like,
not
she's like, "Are you
today.
dumb?"
Yeah,
I was like,
only at that time.
But
I'm so sorry.
My friend wants chicken nuggets for breakfast.
Sorry, Chad.
I'm so sorry. No. Okay, what did you get?
I got egg McMuffin and a hash brown and a coffee
Nice.
because I'm tired.
Why?
It's the weekend and I don't drink coffee unless it's the weekend because I'm weird.
Because you're lucky.
You're gonna have so much fun. It's also 7:30 in the morning,
Yes.
which means that we have to wake up even earlier. I'm having a McCafe oatmeal, and it comes with cranberries and raisins, apples, and a spoon.
And I got you a maple syrup.
Megan was super
nice.
thoughtful and was like, just in case she needs a little bit of sweetness, hash brown and OJ. Yeah, I can't do like breakfast sandwiches. It's just too much.
Too much. At 7:30.
Hey, Jeffy.
He's like, I can do it.
I know.
I disagree.
I got the sausage burrito. They're really good. It comes with salsa. Well, salsa. Salsa. Hash browns, coffee.
Yum.
Yum.
What's inside the sausage?
In the
Oh no. Like what's
You don't want to know.
everything.
What's inside of the burrito? Oh, that actually looks really good.
This looks pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It has a little egg.
burrito.
It has, what is this? Like peppers, sausage, cheese.
Yeah,
Pretty nice.
it's very flavorful.
Pretty nice. I got the exact same thing as Christina, but orange juice instead of coffee. Because it's the weekend and I don't drink coffee.
Like a normal person. Olivia's our first guest on Samcha.
And Camp is the first doggy guest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't be.
My
Can I
like.
give him an apple?
Yeah.
He didn't want the apple.
Oh, he did it? I'm sorry.
He's like, he had McDonald's apples.
Okay.
Okay.
It's our bonus episode, our special episode with Olivia.
Thank you for having me. You're welcome.
And to intro Olivia, she has been our earliest supporter of the podcast. She actually got us onto Apple Podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
It took us 4,000 years to figure that out.
Yes.
But Olivia did it in like one fell swoop. So she's an avid listener, and she's also lending us her beautiful home to record this episode. So thank you, Olivia.
Thank you, Olivia. This video is sponsored by this episode.
Wow, what an intro. Thank you.
Welcome. And Champ is Olivia's dog, and he is the cute.
Olivia's son. Is my son.
And he's also wearing his pajamas
Chappy,
today.
come here.
Yes.
Do you want to say hi into the microphone? Can you sniff it or something?
Yeah.
Sniff the microphone. He's like, what the?
All right, so what are we doing today for this final episode, this bonus episode?
We are playing one of our favorite games called We're Not Really Strangers, and it's very perfect for samcha because the premise of the game, or the structure of the game, is 3 levels. So the first level is perception, second level is connection, and then the third level is reflection. So just like our podcast structure, it goes deeper every level, and there's some cards with different prompts that we're gonna answer about ourselves and each other. So it's gonna be a fun little deep time with our McDonald's orange juice and coffee.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Cheers! Set a pencil in the middle of the group. If you draw a wild card, some of these cards are wild cards, spin the pencil once. The player that the pencil's sharp end lands on must perform the wild card with you. Set a dig deeper card on each side of the circle. So there are these like clear cards that say dig deeper. And it says for anyone's use throughout the game. So I think if it's like someone gives like a one, yeah, I know, Champy. If someone gives like a 1-word answer, then you can be like, okay, dig deeper.
I see.
Like,
Okay.
you know.
Let's not expose each other. Yeah.
All right, so I think that we can start with level 1, which would translate to ilcha for us. And it says each player reads a question aloud and every participant answers the question. Level 1, perception. Who wants to go first? Does it have a rule for who starts?
Olivia.
Yes, let's have our guest of honor go first.
Lisa, I asked the question.
You just pull the card and then every participant
have to
answers the
answer.
question. So I think all these cards, all the questions are going to be about you. And then we answer it.
Don't be mean.
Wow, she only looked at me.
Okay, what's the first thing you noticed about me?
Oh my god.
Just kidding.
You're gonna
This
say
is
my
going to be really interesting though because like this game, it can be played literally with strangers, but then we all know each other really well.
Yeah.
So it'll be like
Yeah.
interesting.
So Olivia and I have known each other our whole lives because our parents are friends. And so I remember the earliest memory of Olivia was going to her house. It was like a condo type house with like the staircase in front of the door. And she had this like giant Crayola pencil thing that you put coins in.
Yeah.
And that's not something that I noticed about her. And it's like I think that very American-ish families had these types of objects in their homes. I was like, oh, Olivia must be like a very American.
She's the Crayola girl, the Crayola Korean girl.
It was like
weirdo.
a giant crayon, plastic
What
crayon.
color was it?
I don't remember. But do you remember having this crayon?
Yes, but what color do you?
Blue?
No, it's red. I think.
Oh, okay.
My sister's gonna be like, listen. She's like, no, it was
It's
actually
blue.
magenta.
So that's the first thing I noticed, or I remember about Olivia. But yeah, there's so many other memories, but that's the earliest.
Megan met Olivia the latest out of all of us.
Yeah, and it was
You
your
remember.
birthday, right?
Or was
it
that the
her
first time you
birthday?
met?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we chatted beforehand because we had to
Like prep
coordinate.
stuff?
Yeah. I feel like the only thing I could actually remember or say is that like it was just very easy.
Oh.
Like it wasn't weird because obviously we haven't met each other, but then we know Christina, and so when we were like chatting or planning things, like it wasn't like, oh my god, like who is this girl? Like she's so weird. Like that came later, but but like and right at the
Showed my true
beginning.
self.
Yeah.
But right at the beginning, I think it was just like very easy.
Yeah.
Like there was no like weirdness or awkwardness, even though she was a stranger technically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember the first time we met because I went to middle school with Olivia's cousin. So then I like knew of Olivia. I remember she had you remember when there was like the photo booths at the mall, and then I think you could like customize them maybe, and then Julia, which is Olivia's cousin, she had like a photo booth picture of them and it said like Julie and Oli. So that's the first thing I remember. And then I think I probably then like because of that, the first thing what was the actual question?
What's the first thing you
Notice?
noticed?
Yeah, is Olivia's name is spelled very uniquely. It's Olyvia instead of Oli, which is why we call her Oli. So that's probably like, if I literally think about it,
Yeah.
the first thing I noticed.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Megan.
Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Round one. Shouldn't be that.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what was your first impression of me? Which I
Let's
guess
just
that
say
would have
the
been
first thing you remember.
But it's a little bit wide. It feels like a broader.
Yeah.
Okay.
question
Okay.
versus-
This is very similar, but it's okay because it's about a different person. But my first impression was that Megan was so tall.
I know. I feel
Probably
like
everyone's
everyone.
answer.
Yeah.
But also, I think I was like pretty nervous because it was when Dane and because Megan is Dane's friend from like back home, and so I think I was pretty nervous just to like start to meet his friends. But it was very similar to Megan's answer for Olivia. Like it was very easy. I didn't feel like uncomfortable. Maybe it helped that the first time we met, we went to go watch a movie, and then it was like this really dumb, scary movie, and then so we were able to like just bash on the movie afterwards. Yeah, so that's my first impression.
It was helpful, I think, with the movie. You're right. You're right.
My first impression was when
When did you
we
meet?
first met when you came back from London.
From London.
And then we surprised her. And so I think we were like outside of her house, like kind of like scrambling to surprise her and get inside her
We
house.
didn't meet until that's 2017.
Yeah. And so I remember my first impression was that like Megan is someone who's like down to like do something fun and can like get along with like the silly things that we do. She's like, okay, where should we do? Like, she's like so involved in like the process of surprising Christina. So I was like, yeah, I think I like her. She down.
Like, it was just as much as it was just as fun for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
For
oh,
sure.
I think we're gonna be friends.
Friends. We're friends.
And look at us now.
Aw. My first, it was also the same.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That was the first time we both met each other. You were very tall. I remember that. But then also, like, I think we hit it off really well.
Yeah.
I remember once we actually met and like the party was kind of going and Christina had arrived and everything. We surprised her. Like, we just spent like the whole rest of the night talking.
Yeah,
actually. And
that's
then
right.
there were other people that I knew obviously from the party, but I didn't talk to them really.
Yeah.
I was just like, I remember being at the table talking to you
Yeah.
the whole night.
And I remember like we were like, because it was like a bar restaurant, so there was like a big bar, and then we
Yeah.
had like multiple people were at kind of like different
Different area,
tables
yeah.
like in that area, and so like I do remember, like we were saying hi and like talking to other people, but then we always like kind of
Yeah. I don't remember what
That's towards each other.
I don't remember what we talked about though.
Probably like
the whole night.
Yeah.
honestly.
Wow.
Wow.
It's like it wasn't like you just planned it and then
And
you're
I was like, okay,
we're done.
Yeah,
I'll talk to
yeah.
your friends, I'll talk to mine. It was
yeah,
just like,
it was cute.
Cute.
All right. Do I seem like a cat or dog person?
that's actually more of a complicated question.
It's
Not like-
yeah.
Like, I know you love dogs.
But I
No.
wouldn't. But I feel
But
like
then-
you are more of a cat.
But then no, but she's allergic to cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But like you have like
but then
cat
personality-wise.
persons.
But personality, yeah, because you're not like. I mean, but you can be a dog because like dogs are like fun loving.
Yeah.
And whatever. But then
And you had a dog like in high school and college.
yeah. That's a difficult question.
It's
Wow.
not as straightforward.
Yeah. Don't write that question off.
Yeah, really.
I feel like I mean, I know that you love dogs and like all the dogs in your life, like you
Like,
love
I'm a
them.
dog person.
Yeah, you're a dog. You're a dog.
Anyone not watching the video version of this episode, Olivia and Champ are wearing
cuddling.
matching pajamas. And he's literally like sprawled on her lap right now.
She's like rubbing his belly.
Yeah.
But can't you imagine like the most regal cat in the Brooklyn apartment, just like sitting on the hand?
Yeah, no, and then it's like curled up in the sun, like shining
Yeah,
through.
yeah. For some
Yeah.
reason, like I get that.
But I know you're like crazy allergic, so
But if you weren't.
But if you weren't, yeah.
There is a question like, am I a cat or am I a dog?
Yeah, that's different. That's also how I first interpreted it, and then I reread it and I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're also like, I think like very like independent and like, you know, like you go out and like do certain things. Like I think if you're a dog person, like this is like your child. So,
Yeah.
like, your life revolves around
Yeah.
Whereas a cat person, they live independently in
Yeah.
the same space.
and
together.
personality-wise, you're more like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Independent. You can't be told what to do.
Right.
So,
Wow.
any disagreements?
Objections?
Oh no, I think that's all right. I'm very conflicted. Am I a cat or a dog person? Am I both?
You're like you're both.
Maybe you're a small dog.
Oh, how about
I
this?
don't know.
Like, I am a cat, but I'm a dog person.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah. Okay.
But I actually hate cats. So I am not a cat person.
But you are a cat.
I am a cat.
You know, makes sense. I bet cats hate other cats.
Yeah.
And I think cats,
Cats hate everything.
well, I think cats even hate themselves.
Yeah, they hate everything. Yeah,
They just hate everything.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh. Do you think I intimidate others? Why or why not?
Ooh. We've kind of already talked about this in a way, I feel,
Did we?
in an episode.
In a previous episode?
Yeah. But I don't know if it was intimidate. It was more like, I think if somebody met you when we're playing a game or something and you like have to
Yeah, we
win.
talked about that.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
did talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the being cold.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
because it's like, you know, Christina loves her rules and she's like, it's got to be, you know.
Principled.
So then, which is obviously amazing. But then for somebody who first meets you, they might be like, "Holy shit, that girl's intense."
Yeah.
And then if she's pre or post coffee, you game over. Or post coffee, game over.
Oh my god.
But I don't think the word intimidate is really relevant.
It's like Christina depends on the situation or like what you're talking about, but Christina will be very straightforward and get her facts right. And if you don't get your facts right, then she might intimidate you in that way.
She'll let you know.
Yeah, that you're an idiot.
That girl has no chill. But then she actually has so much chill. So
Yeah.
I think like if you actually get to know her, she's like the least intimidating person.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
I think like intimidate can like be in like two ways. Like one being like you actually like intimidate people because you might seem like cold or mean or something, and then there's also like intimidate because like, oh, like she's so
cool.
like,
Yeah,
she's so
yeah.
smart,
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
so,
yeah.
like, you know, and like you know, you just like have this like the impression of like Christina being, because she is like so successful,
Yeah.
smart, and everything,
And
so maybe
sexy.
it's
Sexful.
that's what I really wanted to say.
Sexful.
Don't ever mess up your words in this group ever.
Freudian slip. But I think I remember like in college, like Christina and I are very sarcastic, and so people thought we were really mean. And I think like maybe I seemed a little bit nicer, maybe, and Christina was just like intimidating to a lot of people. Like I remember
She
people
would
being
pile on her sarcasm. That was
Yeah.
like her way of playing with you.
and then like because she'll like correct people when they're wrong,
Yeah.
or like, you know, like I think that added to the intimidation.
Yeah.
But I think once people got to realize like we were just joking, like they stopped thinking we were mean. But I remember people saying like, we thought you guys were mean. Because we were sarcastic all the time.
Okay, let's go to level 2. Cheers.
Do we get a sound of the cheers of our McDonald's cups?
I don't think that was very. That was too good. Okay,
Sorry.
so now level 2 is called connection. So let me pull out the level 2 cards. Level 2 is connection. With the deck face down, each player will draw a card. When it's your turn, read your question aloud and choose one player in the group to answer that question. You may not select a player that has just answered a question.
Oh, so this question is for whoever I pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever told someone I love you but didn't mean it? If so, why?
Wait, I'm sorry. So do I answer that
For
question
yourself.
about
yeah.
for you?
No,
for
she
yourself.
chooses.
Picking
You
who's
answer.
answering
I'm
it.
asking
Yeah.
you this question.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So
It's different
Can you say
than-
the question again? Because I was like, Olivia, I don't know if you've told me. Maybe to Champ.
Have you ever told someone I love you but didn't mean it? If so, why?
Oh, don't look at me.
No one make eye contact with Olivia.
Oh, Christine. Sorry.
Stirring the pot. Stirring the pot.
Level 2 is going there. You know, like in the Pacific Ocean, it's like the drop is so sudden from the shore.
Yeah.
That's
Wait, but it's so funny because I was like, where is she going with this? I was like, I don't know anything about the Pacific Ocean.
Well, I just
Where
heard-
is she?
Yeah, I heard that the Pacific is like that, whereas others like are more gradual.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if
I heard
it's
from TikTok.
specific, but that means it's absolutely
fact.
legit.
Because of like fault lines and stuff.
Maybe.
Maybe, yes, let's just go
Yeah,
with it.
this is now a geology, seismology.
Seismology.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Have you ever told someone I love you but didn't mean it?
Yeah,
If so,
I have. Okay, so like I've been in a few relationships, and like I remember at a certain point I was so angry at this person, and then after we like had our like argument and disagreement and all that stuff, maybe like a day later he's like, I love you, and then instead of being like, I'm too angry to feel love for you at this moment, I was just like, I'll just get over it, and I don't want to deal with having to explain why I can't say that to you right now. So I was like, I love you, and that was
that was like you made up from
yeah,
your.
yeah. So I was still
Was that the first? Oh, was that like that wasn't like the first time that you said I love you? It was just like in that moment you didn't mean it, or
it wasn't the first time. It was more like it was a very mature relationship, and I mean, I still have love for this person, and at that moment I probably had a lot of love for this person, but I was too angry to like want to feel that love. I couldn't get over the hump to be like, yes, I can say it and mean it fully. I just said it kind of like in a forceful way of like,
I don't want to like, you know, ruffle feathers again. So I'll just say I love you, and then we'll like cool down. So I do remember a certain moment when it was like very, very heated, and I said it, and I didn't like fully mean it.
Good night. You did it.
Now tell us the name.
His name.
Yeah.
Social security number.
Mother's maiden. All right.
Okay.
Wild card. Staring contest. First to blink must reveal a personal problem and ask your partner for advice on how they might handle it.
Oh, so this is different. You're not going to pick someone because the wild card, you have to like spin it. It's like whoever the point lands on.
Wait, okay.
This is literally.
That did
And
not.
literally, like a magnet came to me.
It was meant to be.
All right.
Okay, so the first person to blink must reveal a personal problem and then
I
ask
wear
the other.
daily contacts. I'm
Okay.
gonna die. I'm gonna.
I'll take my
Wow,
I took my glasses off.
head is like burning right now for you guys to like
You ready?
hear that.
1, 2, 3.
My eyes are just watching.
It's harder to keep a straight face than to not blink.
Wow.
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 Yeah, Christina and Olivia have to judge us.
Okay.
Well, Olivia can't even
I'll watch
see.
Megan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want
Olivia's
to see
looking at me. Okay.
I'm glad you didn't pick me because I would have like.
You guys have
Damn.
a physical pet.
That's exactly what I was thinking about, Christina. I was like, this is pigeon contact.
Oh my goodness.
And I only just started doing that after the dinner when Dane kept going, a pigeon contact. Oh my god. Okay, so I have to reveal a personal problem
And ask for
your partner.
advice.
Oh my god.
So many.
There's so many problems.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is specific shit.
I have a
I'm
lot
scared for round 3.
I know. No, I have a lot of like I have a lot of really surface like dumb things that are coming to my mind, but
Yeah.
I want to think of something like juicy.
I also feel like we share our personal problems with each
So
other
much.
regularly.
Yeah.
anyway. So it's
Yeah. Okay, wait. I'll just say my kind of like simple one.
Yeah.
Which is moving to LA, moving back to LA. No, okay, wait. Let me not say that because it's like too. No, it's not even that serious. It's like gonna be so like light. You're gonna die. Okay, so starting
What
from
just
here.
happened?
She had like a crisis.
I know. I was like, wait, Tammy. Okay, so in Los Angeles, the water is very hard.
Yes,
Right. Like,
yes.
extremely hard.
Yes.
And so I heard that when you have like thin hair, like thin strands, and like if you just don't have a lot of it, then it's worse on thinner hair, like to style and it always just like looks really limp and like bad. And so the last few days as I was here in LA, like my hair has just been like not cute, basically. And so what shampoo should I use?
What? That's so bad.
It's a personal problem that I was really struck. I really did like a deep dive, and then actually the reason why I'm asking you is because we have the same type of hair.
Yeah.
That's also why.
My dad, when we were younger, at our house, we had a tank, and he would put this like, he would buy these like bags of salt things or whatever that soften hard water. It, like passes through and filters the water.
Yes, yes.
So I remember at our house, like that was a little thing he did to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can also get like a filter.
filter.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
filters.
I'm trying to go the cheapest, easiest route, which is I think shampoo, and then I'm gonna move to.
Yeah. I honestly, actually, I feel like a filter would be the better route, because shampoo, I feel like it's something over time
That's true.
versus a filter is like an instant, like fixing the
That
water.
is very true. I think, have you guys been targeted yet on Instagram?
Yeah, there's like
the
the colorful
Jolie
ones.
Yeah, the
Yes.
colorful ones, and then there's also
now.
Jolie.
I know, we will now.
Jolie.
Is that my fault?
No, it's mine.
Shampoo wise, I use the Way shampoo, OUAI. There's like a fine hair one.
Yeah.
But also, like, I think I don't like wash my hair that often.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to tell the results.
I see.
So
I see.
my advice is to purchase a filter.
Okay.
Oli, what about you?
Yeah, I think the filter.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All
Wait,
right.
but this is your.
Oh.
It's just one answer.
Oh.
Yeah, this
I
is
was like
my
answering.
time.
No, but it's
my turn to answer.
All right, okay, let's just go.
Ooh.
If I by the end think of a personal problem, we'll redo.
we'll bring it up.
But yeah.
All right.
Olivia,
Oh no.
what are you more afraid of? Failure or success? And why?
Ooh.
Dude, I can't believe this is level 2. Jeez.
I want to say both, and this is why. I think, but I think it ultimately stems from like the fear of failure. That's like the ultimate fear.
Uh-huh.
But then like success too, because like if I do become successful again. Oh, was that not the question? Failure and sexy?
Sexful.
I think like, you know, the higher you go, the harder you fall. And I think I'm afraid of like going high with the potential of falling harder. So like I think that's why like success would also be scary, but it ultimately stems from the fear of failure.
Oh, that
Right,
makes
like,
sense.
because like success doesn't mean that like, okay, that's it, you're successful and like it's done.
Yeah.
It's like you can always drop. Whereas
The
like
failure will be even bigger once you have
right,
success.
right,
Yeah.
right. And it's a little bit of like keep low expectations. It's like the key to success, kind of, right? Like if you lower your expectations, then maybe like you won't overly like get overly successful or like and like fail harder or something.
Yeah.
What's your most recent severe failure? Just kidding. No, I'm kidding. That was a joke question, and Christina's like, yeah.
Oh, you could use this card.
Oh my
God.
Oh wait, actually no.
Asshole.
Well, I want to change my question. Is what is like a success that you've had recently? And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like it could just be like I got out of bed this morning. You know, like
Yeah, I got out of bed
to open the door.
4-7 to open the door for you guys. That is
I would say that is
success.
That's
success.
success.
I've peaked.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could like a lot's happened right in the past year. Like I've got a new job.
apartment.
I have this condo.
That's pretty big.
Definitely.
Oli is so successful.
Round of applause for Oli.
I have a beautiful child. You are smart. You are kind. You are beautiful. You are important.
He's like, I know.
Thanks, Mom.
All right.
Okay.
So then, but this one, should I just answer it for myself? Because, like, I mean, I'm supposed to pick someone.
Yeah.
I guess, okay.
I guess
think
you
it's just
did.
a
I guess I
me
have
yet.
to pick.
Well, but did I pick? Oh, I picked because we did the eye contest.
It was a wild card.
Oh wait, but it does feel like I answered my own.
Yeah,
question.
exactly. What's the most pain you've ever been in that wasn't physical?
This is like you really need some alcohol because holy balls. Oh my god. I can't answer this. Yeah.
I feel like mine might be the same, but I don't know actually.
I think it
Yeah.
might be. No! Why is this level 2?
Can I guess like what?
Yeah.
Are you crying?
I'm
because of
thinking
Megan?
about what you're
Yeah.
thinking about.
We're all three thinking about different things.
all three different things.
Oh my god.
Do you want me to answer for myself? Will that be helpful? for
Oh
the
wait,
answer?
yeah. Wait, oh no, you're asking me. I
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
I see.
she
That's
will.
right. I was like, wait, I
just to like give you some time.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it's when my grandpa passed away it was in 2015. It was like very traumatic for our family because it was a car accident that like we don't understand how it happened. Maybe he like fell asleep or something, but he had like gone to have lunch, and then on his way home he was literally like at near our exit, and then he like someone witnessed this. It happened to be like a tow truck person happened to witness this and then stopped to like help, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And they had a tow truck. Anyway, he like went across like 5 lanes and then like crashed into the median in the freeway. But then somehow didn't hit any other cars. And then he was hospitalized for like 11 days and was like on a breathing tube. And then I just remember one of the mornings I like went to go visit, and then like I was driving. I had to go to work. I used to work in video games, and then there's an annual conference called E3. So I was like going to the conference, which is like there's like a lot of stimuli and all this stuff happening. So I was just like preparing myself. But I just distinctly remember I was driving, and then I was just thinking about how he wasn't gonna be at my wedding in the future. Like I wasn't like engaged or like anything. But yeah, so I was just like thinking about that, and then crying like driving to work, and like having to then like just like get ready to like talk with like hundreds of people. Yeah, and then so that whole like period, I think, was the most difficult. Yeah.
I'm dead.
Oh.
What is turned into?
I know.
Do you want to just be like ditto?
I'm happy to share it. It's just like I don't think I can. Like I don't think I can without like dying. So
when I started like seeing your face kind of like turn, I was like, I know where this is going, because they're like your grandparents are your whole heart, you know.
He knows. Champy's just being really cuddly with Megan now. Emotional support.
oh my god.
All right.
Holy moly!
That was level 2.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Are we okay?
Yes, thank you for taking that question.
Yeah.
Oh god. So sad.
We're in the last level, which is called Reflection. And this round is played just like level 1. Ask a question that each player must answer about you.
How does one earn your vulnerability? Have I earned it? How can I earn more?
I mean, I feel like it's kind of a cop-out answer, but it's like, I think people earn it by being vulnerable with me, and then that makes me comfortable to be vulnerable. But I'm trying to dig deeper.
On yourself. I feel like I can relate too. Like I think the real only way for me to open up is like if someone else opened up. And it doesn't have to be about anything like crazy big. Like you don't have to tell me your deepest, darkest secrets, but like or it could even come from like a place of like a mistake or something. Like let's say like, oh, you messed up on something, or like you were late to something, or like you whatever, and you just kind of say like, oh shit, like I forgot this and this, like sorry. Like I feel like that to me is like your way of acknowledging something that like didn't happen, and then that allows me to like be vulnerable too and open up or acknowledge something that like I did wrong, for example. And so then that's kind of how, I mean, that's probably just how general vulnerability works, but for me specifically,
that's like a more specific example.
Yeah.
Which is helpful.
I think for me it takes like a lot of time and trust, and this person has to demonstrate that I can trust them through their actions and their responses to me. And so if I can catch certain traits of this person where it's like I am not vibing with something that they did, then that makes me reel back on whether or not I can exchange vulnerability with this person, because I don't know how they'll take that. So I think it takes like a lot of trust, and it's like earned over time.
Do we feel like Olivia's earned it? I don't know. That might be
Dig deeper, please.
I would say yes,
Yeah.
because Olivia is an outstanding human being, and I've known her for a really long time, and we've like lived together.
Yeah.
We've been friends for super long time, and a lot of the things she does and a lot of the things that she says has been like additive to me being able to trust her, and like I have like no doubts in Olivia, and I can like trust her wholeheartedly, and that takes time and like built trust. So my answer is yes.
we're like
Yes.
obviously
Yeah, obviously. No, what was I gonna say? I had something. Oh yeah, like I feel like Olivia knows like my faults and like my flaws, but like understands them, and so like she knows if I'm like acting or reacting a certain way, it's like she gets like where it's coming from, and so it makes me not like fearful of like how she's gonna perceive me. Like even if like in the moment I'm like, oh yeah, like what is it, I'm showcasing like some of my flaws, I know like Olivia's not gonna like then judge me or like stop being my friend.
Right,
And so I
right.
think that's a definite sign that an indicator that someone has earned my vulnerability.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you don't have like a like you there I mean, I was gonna say you don't have like a lot of judgments.
She does.
Everyone everyone judges and like we all joke and whatever, but like I feel like I could genuinely be myself, and it's not like you're not gonna like, well, you might you might say some things, but in your heart of hearts, I think you actually don't care. Like you're just chill.
Yeah.
So it's like
I
you're
think I
not-
just mess with you.
Yeah.
And
Specifically.
act like I'm judging you.
Yeah.
I'm doing it because it's fun.
Yeah. Not because
With
it's
you.
actually yeah.
Yeah, but I
Not
don't
because
mean
yeah. Okay.
Aww.
Aww.
I'll just say because of you.
Okay, let's go. Let's do this thing. Ooh, we answered this question together. When it was just you and me in New York.
When we played this.
Do you believe everyone has a calling? And if so, do you think I've found mine?
Yeah, I struggled with this question.
Yeah, but I feel like
so
you
hard.
kind of answered it. Well, I don't remember.
I'm gonna try not to remember what I
Yeah,
answered last time.
yeah.
But I just know I was getting caught up in like all the like what is a calling and like blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
that's right. We had like a way deeper conversation. You're
Yeah.
right. I don't know if we actually answered the question necessarily, but
Yeah.
we were going back and forth
Yeah.
between like calling. Because is a calling like something that you're just like really good at or you're passionate about, or is a calling like something that just like falls on your lap kind of a thing? I don't know.
I feel like a calling is like you being very skilled at it and then having the passion for it too. Because I feel like some people are really
Oh,
good
that
at
was also
things,
what
like
we were talking about.
people could be like really good at
Yeah.
math. Like doesn't mean they want to be like a
mathematician.
mathematician
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
you know, but like or someone could be really good with people, but doesn't mean they want their job to be that.
Yeah.
So like
Olivia just like expressed my confusion.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it also doesn't have to be a job, right?
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Your calling. One of them is to be Champ's mommy. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know that everyone has like a single calling. Some people it's like very clear, and then I think others they might have multiple callings that
Yeah.
maybe don't have as widespread of an impact. I think like the word calling just has a lot of weight to it, but I don't think it has to. But when we normally use a calling in
Yeah.
like casual, like colloquial conversation, it usually seems like something really big.
yeah.
So I don't think everyone has
Einstein,
that.
like
yeah.
Beethoven kind of thing.
Yeah, but I think you could have like other callings.
I feel like it's kind of like it could also be treated the same. You could look at it the same way as people look at like soulmates.
I was just thinking that right
Yeah,
now. Yeah.
like, I think that I don't know if like every single person has a soulmate, but I think it's exactly like what you were saying, Christina. That like some people do. Some people just know this is the person, and
Yeah.
like, the moment they meet them, that's like it's it. And then I think other people, like multiple people, could potentially like be your soulmate, but like it's not as like apparent, maybe like as you know another person who's like that's my soulmate.
Yeah, it's a good
So I feel
comparison.
like callings are like yeah, exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember part of this question was like we were chatting about how like, so for example, my day job is like working with older people, and like that's something that I've always wanted to do, and like in general I love old people, and so like I want to do something for them and with them as like my vocation or like whatever I do. But is like the role in the job that I'm in the actual calling? Probably not. But like the industry is would be. So it was like a weird like,
and it's like,
weird
oh,
comment.
it could be also like even like the word find, like now we're just dissecting the words, but it's like you found what your calling is,
right?
but you might not have found like the the
exact
ultimate like role that you're gonna have. Right?
Exactly.
But you found what the calling is.
Yeah.
I think like being someone who is of faith and understanding, or like, God, the universe, I've seen instances where just like ordinary people have had something like planted inside of them at a certain point in time, and they're like obsessed with that thing that had been planted, and they like go towards it, and it pans out to be something like that's super magical, and it wouldn't have happened unless there was that like
seed
that was planted in them. So I do think that like people do have those callings, and I think that since everyone is like living on this planet, and I'm like a romantic, and I believe that like everyone who has been born has something special about them. They're just like searching for that thing that lights them up. I do think that everyone has a specific calling, because I'm a faith-based, like, like universe woo-woo kind of person. So it's just a matter of finding it, if you haven't found it.
No, I think that's a good point too, because I think some people like give up finding it, right? Like you said, maybe it's all there, but like I think we live in a world where like you have to get a job, you have to do these things, like everyone does it, and like so I feel like people kind of give up on like finding it, and they just kind of like live their life.
And like the second part of the question is like, do I think that Megan has found hers? I think you're finding yours. I think that you know what lights you up, but it's that like, are you like, what are you going to do with the things that light you up? And then do you choose for that to be your calling because it lights you up and you pursue it?
Because I think you have like, there's things that bring you a lot of like joy and like energy, like working with old people, or
foraging
like
for mushrooms.
Just like kind of like living a natural lifestyle, like that kind of thing. So there's like very clear like directions that you want to take your life, and then also like bring people on with you, because like you also like very passionately like share about these interests and things like that.
Like, you need me to help you finish your wine.
That's true. I passionately call on you to help me finish the wines.
The magnums. Oh my
god. No, we need to really go with that.
Like,
back in the day, Megan would call us to say, should we get a magnum?
After like 2 bottles of wine already.
1 2.
We had 2, and then we ordered a magnum.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's
20s.
You wanted it.
Yeah, the
Difference
20s.
between your 20s and 30s.
Yeah, we don't do that now.
Yeah.
No. Now it's 3 magnums.
For every decade, you get another magnum.
Skip the regular bottle.
Yeah, guys, more buck, more.
Go big.
Yeah.
Or go home.
All right, Christine's turn.
I got the dick.
The dick.
I cut the deck.
That's not what I heard.
What do you think my superpower is?
Oh,
Dude, this was
We're ready. We've already done this.
I think your superpower is like you can literally get through anything to get to what you want. So like my first answer is like you will do what it takes to get to what you want, but you'll also like be able to persevere through whatever obstacles. Like I feel like that's also a key thing, and it's like you don't get discouraged by it. So for example, like very like stupid example, when we were moving our furniture around in our apartment, and we had Olivia, Christine, and I, we lived with our friend Joanne. We had 2 doubles, like 2 rooms of 2, and we were switching because Christine got a new like desk or bed that like didn't fit in the smaller room. So Christine literally moved 4 beds and 4 desks between the 2 rooms, and it's like she had a vision and she like executed and like went through like whatever she needed. She was like up at Berkeley by herself. Like we weren't there to help her. So that's like a stupid example. But then even just like the last year, like with your breakup and like being able to get through that and like having like really low lows, but like still always like having this vision for how you want to live your life, you know, and like with like being true to yourself. I can like see that, you know, just coming to fruition. And I think that's a very good superpower.
Wait, can I add to this, though? Because that's exactly what, especially even the story. As soon as you started telling that story, I was like, oh my god, she literally is saying exactly
I saw your story.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like I can like visualize you, like if I were to visualize you as a superhero, like it would be you with a cape and like you have a mask over your face and you'd be like breaking through like walls. Like that's how like I see you, is like your strength.
Yeah.
And like like how you can move.
Or it's like
things.
it'll like fall on you, but then you'll just like push
you'll
it
just
up
be like boom,
and like go like keep going.
Like you could be buried like under a building and like you'll come out.
Yeah.
Because
You see like
The
what that end
little
is.
light. You see like a little light and you're like, I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
And you just go.
Wow.
What do I think your superpower is? Well, that I think I can definitely agree. I think in the last, because we've only known each other like
8 years.
Oh my god.
Wait.
2015 when you came back from London, right?
2017.
Minus a few years.
So yeah, but almost there, you know.
6 years.
But not. But even in the like 5-6 years that I've known you, I can definitely see those things. Like you're like, oh, I have to leave in like an hour, for example, and then there's like 47 things to do, and it's like, wait, what do you mean you're gonna do? Yeah, how are you gonna get 47? How are you gonna do that? And then like you end up doing it, and it's like, what the heck? I feel like you also have. I don't know how to like finish this thought necessarily, but like right when I read superpower, I feel like you have this ability to like make things very colorful. So like it not literally. I mean literally.
Also literally.
Yeah, also literally.
I love
But
rainbows.
Yeah, I know. I feel like so much. I feel like whatever you touch, it just kind of like it's not just like a thing. It just like turns to like gold.
You're like
It
Midas.
Midas, yeah. But
rainbow.
rainbow.
Yeah, rainbows.
Yeah.
You're a unicorn.
Yeah, like anything you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this, or like I'm gonna whatever, like it just turns into like, it's not just like you did the bare minimum for that thing. It just kind of flourishes into like this story.
It's a beautiful
Like you would be
visualization.
like sparkly too, like you're
Yeah.
like sparkly.
Yes.
Like
It's
you yourself
glittered.
and then everything else around
Oh my
you.
god, it's like, you know how you
You're
were
disco ball.
I'm a disco ball. I'm a rainbow disco.
so like
Really
you know?
hard disco, like solid, like you
yeah,
could-
strong.
okay, that's sparkly
totally me.
with like a trail of rainbow following wherever you go.
But like, yeah, because you know how you were saying she's like breaking the walls? It's like she's breaking them, but like turning them.
Yeah.
It's everything. It's like everything everywhere, like that girl, but not a villain, but like the opposite.
But it is the mom where the daughter Jobu Tupaki's like throwing the stuff at the mom, and then she
and the
turns
mom
it
just
into
like
bubbles.
Oh yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah,
That's
beautiful
exactly.
thing.
I dressed up as Jobu Tupaki.
I saw.
Oh yeah,
for Halloween.
Thanks
Bagel.
so much, Lance. Yeah, bagel. Well, thanks for all the encouragement. I want to pick another one.
Take icha. All right, I guess this is the final card. Okay, I'm gonna pick this one. I think this is supposed to be in relation to the game, but I think we can just apply it to like our friendship. Yeah, so like, what about me most surprised you?
I don't know if it's like surprised necessarily, but it's more just like kind of a, I don't know if cool for lack of a better term, but like you're like so chill and so not at the same time. Like I mean, I could be like that too, but like I just feel like you are so like you're prepared, you're like you're on time, you're like all of these things, but then you can also just be like so chill. Like all of those things can also just go out so it's like it's kind of interesting. I guess maybe it speaks more to like your adaptability maybe. But you could be like so it's kind of cool. I don't know if that's like necessarily a surprise. I mean, maybe it kind of is a surprise because it's like sometimes, you know, you have all these plans and blah, but then sometimes you can also just be like super chill and like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
That might not.
No, I like want to like build on that because I was trying to think of something like that recently surprised me, but then like now like you've allowed me to go back deeper. Yeah, to dig deeper and go actually back more in time. But like I think it is a little bit of like that where like I feel like I really got to know you more in college. Like we were friends in high school and stuff, but like I think college was really where we like got to know each other. And but like early college, I felt like we did so many like stupid things together
that you do in college.
And like I felt like whatever like because I'm a more like relaxed person, and so like anything that I wanted to do and like I would do it. Like I felt like Christina was always there. And like we were like at the same, like we were feeling the same thing at the same level. But I think as like time passed and we got to know each other, I was realizing like that like there was a lot more going on inside. Whereas for me, I was just like whatever you saw, that's probably how I felt. But like I think as I got to know her better, like I realized like like the things that we were doing, like I had such a like easy time, or like I didn't like I wasn't afraid or I wasn't anxious or anything about it, but like I didn't realize like that you were Christina. And so I think that surprised me like back then, and like obviously I now see the full you, but like I remember like initially sort of
because on the surface it was like, oh, like we were just there at the same place,
like, we were in like weird sketchy maybe situations, and it was just like it just was. I always just felt like we were on the same page and like we were just, you know, feeling the same thing. And then I realized, and then now I'm like, oh my god, like,
you traumatized.
Oh my gosh, like, is this what you were feeling that time? Like, I'm so sorry. Like, so I think
that's called high functioning anxiety.
So I think the more you know, I guess like surprised me. Yeah.
Oh, it was kind of like almost, it's related, but like the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
Can I say two things?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing was that Christina and I like knew each other since we were like very young, but we also went to high school together, and we had like overlapping circles, but we weren't like close. And so I knew about Christina and like her personality and everything, you know, like who we were in high school.
Yeah.
And I think like what surprised me was how well we get along with each other and how well we complement each other once we became roommates, and like how fun life can be with you. And I would have never imagined that in high school. So we like it's just because like I had like one really close girlfriend, and like, you know, like we hung out with like our mutual friends and stuff, but Christina had like a dedicated group of friends, and she hung out in like Mr. Demise classroom or something during like nutrition, and he's like French, you know. And I didn't do that. Like I was like walking around and like doing other things. So very different groups, but we like meshed so well. So that like pleasantly surprised me, and like our friendship has like blossomed into a very beautiful one. And then the second thing is in college we would like kind of, you know, like play with boys and like get into like relationships and stuff together. And then, all four of us.
That's why we needed the bigger room. That's why I got a bigger bed.
Oh my gosh, that explains so much.
But like after one breakup in college, I was like, I wonder who like Christina's gonna end up with like for life. And then I was like, Dane?
That was a big surprise.
And so Dane and Christina are very different people. But then over time, like I asked Christina, like, why Dane? And she would explain, like, you know, because she feels so comfortable with him, and she's like, life feels so easy, and they're really good friends too. And I think like the way that they complement each other like really, really surprised me. But it also makes so much sense, because when I look at like the men in your life, like your dad and your brother, and how like easygoing and like comfortable you can be with these like men, like Dane is like the same person, where he like brings community together, and that's like what you love too. And so now, like, that you guys are married and I see your guys' like tenderness towards each other and like love, like just, you know, like blossoming and just like floating and existing between you two, and all of just hanging out with you guys as like a third wheel has been like, oh, this is like such a beautiful surprise, where it's like, before I was like, it makes no sense to me, like, damn. But now it's like, oh, you guys are like so like cute and so good for each other. So
10 years later, still shocked.
Yeah, still shocked, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I was just like, I always like remembering, I think one of the early moments I met Dane, and it was like at FICB, and then, like, he's very like loud, and I think like I was like I was like an officer or something, right? So I was kind of like great, like saying hi and like meeting him, and then I remember like at one point he was like, thanks, like, or something, and then he kind of like, he patted me on the back, but he like slammed my back, like, and he's so strong, right? And then I was just like, who is it? Like, I was like, ow, who is this guy so loud, like hitting me? Oh my god.
Wait, I have a story of why, like, I was like, Dane?
Yeah.
Dane? Because when...
This is just a Dane roast.
I know. This is a Dane roast session. So he and I got close because we took a summer school class together. It was an econ class, and I was, like, trying to be on my best behavior, sitting literally in the front row, in front of the, like, auditorium. And the door... You face the door that you enter from is right in front or right behind the professor, where the professor's like
you
teaching.
see who
Everyone
comes in.
So anyone who's late, you can see. Dane rolls in with his skateboard like 15 minutes late and sits down next to me. And I'm like trying to be like teacher's pet. And I'm like, I don't want to associate with this guy right now. But that's like Dane. And that's Dane's personality. He just like doesn't, he's just so
care
chill.
what anyone
Yeah.
does.
Doesn't
Like,
care.
Yeah, and so that didn't make any sense to me from like that impression to like who Christina is, like high functioning.
He also, like, through our relationship, has learned, like, what it's like to be anxious and, like, have anxiety. Because, like, when we, like, early on in our relationship, I think we butted heads a lot about that type of thing. Because similar to what Olivia was saying, it's like, on the surface, it's like, yeah, I can, like, go along with it. But then to a certain point, I might, like, crack, right? Then he just, like, didn't understand that. Because he is so chill. And, like, doesn't think about that stuff. But then I think, like, as we like continued in our relationship, and then like even in just more recent years, like there were instances where Dane also like had like understood like firsthand and was like, whoa, like, is this what you feel all the time? So I was just making that connection with his personality.
But he like makes everyone laugh so much.
Oh my god,
He laughs so hard with Dane. So.
Yeah, he makes fun of me because like he honestly makes me laugh all the time, and then he's like, you laugh at everything.
He's actually really, he like makes the funniest like comments, like faces or like
he does a lot of bits. And
and like his one-liners always like pierce. It's so fun.
And he, like, to your point, like, he makes fun of you, like, he humbles everybody.
Oh my god, yeah.
But he can take it too.
You will not, you will not get away with anything.
Yeah.
So cheers to Dane.
Yeah, cheers.
Wait. No, you have to go, right?
She just
I just did it.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yay.
We're done. Oh my gosh, okay. Well, thanks, Olivia.
Thanks, Olivia, for joining us.
Thanks for having me. This is so fun. I see why you are, like, guys have, like,
Why we do this.
Yeah, why you do it. And you're having a season 2 because it's so much fun. But it's just as fun to be here as it is to listen. It's just now I get to, like, comment and you guys can hear it.
Versus like driving in your car and you're like answering.
I'll be like answering and then someone will say the exact same thing and I'll be like, oh my god, I just said that, but I'm talking to myself.
Wait, so Olivia, tell the people where they can find us.
You can find it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and YouTube and Google. On
socials?
On socials, TikTok, Instagram, at Samcha Podcast.
Email us
and email us
at gmail.com.
and email us at samchapodcast@gmail.com. I'm getting triggered. I'm like calling room service.
Olivia's like someone who has like struggles to call room service. And then we were in Germany and we were like, Olivia, you can do it. Like, face your fear.
I was like rehearsing.
Like, could I have 1 order of chicken tenders and fries and ice cream? And then she's like, could I have
fries and ice cream, not with the ice cream, but like
and then they're like, what flavors? And you're like, oh my god, what flavors?
I didn't practice this. What?
And we're like, chocolate.
Chocolate.
Anyway, you heard her, Samcha Podcast.
Yay, season 2! We did it!
Yay, Jamie! Jeff's like, what? We're done, Jamie. Okay, I have to go change my jam.